Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a review of a show that I'm kind of looking forward to after watching this. Now, I sort of been catch-up mode, trying to catch up on a few shows, and I have to say this before I do my review. I do appreciate you guys giving me ideas to talk about shows, doing reviews of shows, like School Days, Usagi Drop, Jobless Reincarnation. I get all of that. But I'm going to take a break from doing reviews of that show because spring is already here and I have a chock load of spring animes that come around. We got a lot of spring animes coming out in April, so I won't be able to give you guys reviews of other shows because with work and other shows to talk about, it's going to be hard to do reviews of previous shows that I've watched. So with spring is here, I will talk about 3 or 4 reviews of every episode based off my thing. One of them is this show right here, which I just finished, and I gotta talk about it. The other 2 are Yuri animes, and the other one is a sports anime, which, by the way, I'm gonna look forward to it if it's got my eye. But this right here, you talk about a rom-com, and I love rom-coms, I do. This is the first of its kind when it comes to grandparents not only being the main character, but in the main rom-com of this generation. Now, we have seen rom-com animes. There are some that's like elementary school rom-coms, some are middle school rom-coms, high school rom-coms, adult rom-coms, that kind of. We have seen the light of all the rom-coms. But this rom-com takes it to a whole nother level to be the first of its grandparents to become a rom-com. That is the pinnacle of what this show gives us. Now, let's count the way. Let's go back to a time where it's like old anime characters. The third Hokages of the world, the Whitebeard of the world, Master Roshi of the world, the old man from Hunter x Hunter, the old man from My Hero Academia, the old man from One Punch Man, Monkey D. Garp. I'm just going by old characters we know and love. I'm going back to them. That the old lady from Yu Yu Hakusho. See what I mean? I'm going by old anime characters. But the thing about them, not Hard Knocks, is they're not really the main character. You know what I mean? Like they're there to support the MCs, but they're not really like the main characters in my eyes. But this show right here takes to a whole nother level of what happens when this grandparents are the run-of-the-mill, like just the first couple, older couple to become the main character. And that's what this show is all about. So without further ado, I want to get right to it because this rom-com is fucking hilarious. Grandpa and Grandma turn young again. And I'm going to talk about the show because this is a show that y'all need to watch. So let's get started. Now, I want to start with a big old introduction of this video. Respect your elders. Respect your elders. Because, like it or not, we're going to be like them soon. So we want them to respect them because when generation comes and we become old, we're going to experience that same thing. And we're going to get the respect that we should get. That's that. Now, again, history has taught us how evolution works when it comes to aging. Babies, kids, preteen, teen, young adult, as age goes by, we're going to be like them. We're going to be like our grandparents. As sad, as shocking you're going to hear it, it's going to be true. Now, old people in anime, you got to give them respect. Like them or hate them, you got to give them respect. They risk their lives for us. They teach MCs and other characters to become better characters in a long way. But what happens when grandparents decide, you know what? I want to be part of a rom-com. And for the first time in a rom-com history, we actually got grandparents becoming the role of it. So, and I could be wrong because this is the first time I'm seeing this. So, you got this elderly couple You got this elderly couple who's been around talking to lovebirds. They've been married throughout the entire adult life. They've been married for years. And then all of a sudden, this elderly couple just get on garden and they found this golden apple. Once they ate that golden apple, it was like they wake up the next day and they turned out skinny. They turned out flawlessly, like from old to young. The opposite of old is young. They went from, it's like millennials to the Gen X to millennials. And that's what they did. It was like they woke up all young, like damn. No, like damn. They look hella good. They've been married for years, and then all of a sudden they ate a golden apple. Then one day just happened, and they turned out so effing young. They are young again. That means they could do whatever they want when they're young. They could probably experience things that miss out a lot of days for a young couple to do. Now that they're young again, they could probably go back to having sex. Funny. But my point is, for a romance comedy, this is all like, what happens when the grandparents are young again? So imagine yourself going back, just your regular day, you're going to see your grandparents, and then all of a sudden they turn out like that. You're like, Grandma? Grandpa? No, that really is them. And it's funny. It's funny to see that, but that's true. And so now this whole rom-com is just everybody in the town. Their son, their granddaughters, everyone is in full, like, I must be seeing things. And they look freaking out. They look freaking awesome. As you get to see how they, like, even though they're still young, they still have the old white hair vibe thing. But they still doing old activities. They're still doing, by old, I'm talking about elderly activities. They're not doing the young adult activities. They're not doing all those things. They're just doing elderly things still. And to see them young as ever, all buffed up, all pretty, like, they still doing these activities. And it's so effing funny to see that. And then talk about rom-coms where you got the grandparents, where you got the granddaughter like the grandpa now. And I'm like, this is some rom-com. Again, talk about rom-com in a nutshell. Just looking at these two is just there. And again, the opening and the ending is funny and wholesome. This is one of those like rom-coms where you gotta sit down and watch it with your grandparents. This show, Grandma and Grandpa Turn Young Again, this is one of those shows where you sit down with your grandparents and watch it with them. So then one day you be like, Grandma, Grandpa, look at this show. Let's find a golden apple. Maybe I'll become young again. And then this show reminds me of when I first saw that little glimpse of them waking up. It's almost like that show Kiss Him Not Me. Because I remember in an episode where the girl, she loves boy love, she loves boy love stuff. And then one day her husbando died, and then she hasn't eaten in 4 weeks. And then weeks later, she wakes up and she realizes just how skinny she is. And then everybody liking her because she's so freaking hot. I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is like that. They wake up, this couple who know for years wakes up and they ate the golden apple, and then all they become young. Like that right there is just like, oh my God. Now, I know this is a question to ask all y'all when you watch this. Is it a pass or a smash with these two? Truth be told, I know some of y'all gonna say no because they're the grandparents. Okay. And some of y'all will say yes because they looks freaking hot. Guys gonna like the girl, gonna like her. The girl's gonna like the guy. They all jacked. They look physically attractive. But there is one experience, there is a key word to this. When it comes to like if you want to pass or smash this one. The key word is experience. The key word is experience. So again, you want to pass or smash? It's up to y'all. But just the key word there is experience. That's what you're gonna get out of it. And in this show, actually, first episode, this showed me a lot of good, interesting characters, like the grandma's her daughter, her her grandparents. I mean, her grandkids, her son. You know, it just this show is funny. This is a wholesome slice of life. It's not as crazy as all slice of lives. I mean, all rom-coms. But when it comes to rom-coms like this, we're bound to see this couple doing elderly things. But when it goes to like episodes where probably, I got a gut feeling, I got a knot in my stomach, they're going to make a scene where they're still young, but they're going to wear swimsuits. And I got this gut feeling that's going to happen. I don't know what it is, but it's happened. But this is one of those, but again, Grandpa and Grandma Turn Young Again is one of those shows where it's just like, for the respect of elderly animes. This is the respect, just tell everybody, look, we have seen young couples in rom-coms. What about an elderly couple? What about an elderly couple that can make it into a rom-com? And boy, we freaking did it. We have made history in the making for our grandparents to be in a main roster. Well, not main roster, but to be in the main character. This is the show. So I look forward for the future of this Grandpa and Grandma Turn Young Again. I heard there's going to be 11 episodes, so I'm looking forward to see where this goes. So thank you for watching my review of Grandpa and Grandma Turn Young Again. I look forward for next week's episode of the glorious adventures of the show. And like I said, for the elders out there, for you guys, if you guys want to watch a show there for your grandma or grandpa, or soon to be grandma or grandpa, watch this show. This make them feel young again. And that's what this is. So see you next week.